hear, smell, see, look, taste, touch, and feel. Okay, let me. Are you raising your hand? Okay, please tell me, my dear Adela.
Teacher, I'm sorry. I don't know if I have a problem because I can listen to you clearly. So I listen to you really slowly, so barely can understand what are you saying. I don't know if it's only my problem.
Okay, the rest of you guys, can you listen me smoothly as well? I don't know because I am.
I have the same problem. I
Okay,
can listen.
let me check my
And
microphone.
me too.
Yeah, thank you so much for letting me know. Maybe there, can you hear me well?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So let's recap one more time. Okay. Sorry for that. When do we use used to and would? As I was telling you at the very beginning of the lesson, we just used to with the action verbs and the stative verbs. Okay. But would only with the action verbs. That's one difference. Another one. With used to, we don't need a period of time, but with would, we need. We need to establish a period of time. With used to, we can use the negative in the interrogative way or form, but with would not. Okay, that is the difference. But what are the stative verbs that we cannot use with would? Are these ones, okay? As for possession, we have these ones, the following verbs: have, own, possess, pack, consist, involve, include, contain. As for sense, we have sound, hear, smell, see, look, taste, touch, and feel. As for emotion, we have love, like, dislike, hate, adore, prefer, care. Please take note of this because this is very important, okay? Care, mind, want, and appreciate. And then we have need, desire, wish, of course, hope, and value. As for mental state, we have know, believe, doubt, think, suppose, recognize, forget, remember, imagine, mean, agree, understand, disagree, deny, promise, satisfy, realize, appear, astonish, of course, and please, impress, surprise, any concern. Let me know if you don't know any of those verbs, okay? And then we have some other verbs like coast, measure, weigh, owe, seem, fit, depend, and matter. Okay, all of these are the stative verbs, and we cannot use this one with would. Okay, with just two we can use both the action verbs and the stative verbs. Okay, and I was telling you what are the action verbs and what are the stative verbs. Basically, um, an action verb describes things that happen within a limited period of time. Things which have a definite beginning and a definite ending. It can be used in simple, imperfect, as well as continuous and progressive forms. But what about the state verbs? Usually we refer to this to a state or condition that is quite static. That is so important. It's unchanging, and they can be divided into verbs of perception, cognition, and relation as well. And some of the examples are this: have, consist, believe, think, disagree, mind, the ones that I gave you right now. Okay? So, let me look for another example. Okay, let's recap. When do we use these expressions? Used to and would. We can use both used and would, used to and would, plus the infinitive to talk about regular past actions that don't happen anymore in the present. Okay, that is so important. It used to we can use for states, of course, like the stative verbs or actions, both, but would not. Only for actions, and usually in only affirmative sentences. You can use just to plus the infinitive, not would, okay, to talk about past states that are no longer true in the present, okay? And the forms are like this. Let me put this. There are different forms: the affirmative, the negative, and the interrogative form with used to, as you can see here. For instance, I used to go backpacking, I would go backpacking. That is affirmative way. But negative only with used to. I didn't used to buy flight, for example. And did he used to go on holiday? What did he used to eat? Or who used to go camping? Okay? Like this. Now, what happens if we don't want to emphasize the difference between the past and the present? In that case, we have to use the simple past, just like that, okay? So don't forget. Okay, so the clue here is this. If you want to talk about something that you used to do in the past, but no longer happens in the present, you can use just to. But if you want to talk about activities that you did regularly in the past, in a repetitive way in the past, you can use would, okay? And if you don't want to emphasize either the past or the present, you can use the simple past, just like that, okay? So please, each one of you, I need you to tell me two sentences describing things that you used to do when you were younger, okay? Or when you were a child, using used to and would, okay? So please, let me see. Ariel, please, you're gonna start.
Okay, let me think. Sentence. With used to and will, or just
Both.
one of? Okay,
Both,
cool.
please, yes.
Well, I used to believe that that adult life was easy, easier. Sorry.
Easier, right?
And with will, I don't understand exactly how to form sentence in the past with will because I always use
The
will
simple
for
past.
future tense.
Okay.
So
Okay, we use would only if you want to talk about repetitive habits in the past. For example, here we need an expression time. For example, you can say, I used to play the guitar every Sunday, for example. It means that every single Sunday you played the guitar. Okay, it was a repetitive action in the past. Okay, that is. And if you want to say something that you used to do in the past, either with a time expression or not, you can use used to. Okay?
so um, I will play every vacation in my PlayStation with my brother.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Thank you so much. Now you please, Camila. Help me out. Two sentences just like that.
I used to visit my grandmother's house every Sunday.
Yes. And very good.
And I would assist my college every day.
Yes. I would attempt. Okay?
Attend.
Attend. Because assist means support, to help, assist someone. Okay? Attempt. Don't forget. Thank you so much. Perfect. What about you, my dear Adela, please? Go ahead. Two more sentences. Your microphone is off.
Okay. When I was a child, I used to play with my cousins, hide and seek.
Okay.
And when I was in the high school, I would attend to chess classes every Friday after class.
Okay. Great. Perfect. Okay, now I'm gonna ask you a few questions just to practice a little bit more, a little bit further, and then we're gonna go over the exercise from the book. Okay? Tell me, my dear. Okay, Abigail, you told me that you were traveling, so you are not able to participate tonight. Okay, so don't worry. So please, let me see who is gonna be. Ariel, please. What games did you used to play when you were a child? What kind of games?
Well, I would play. No, sorry. I used to play different type of games. I had when I was a child, I used to play in my PlayStation. That was one of the first gaming console that I had. But I also used to play in the street with my friends. We we would play every night. I don't know the correct translation of the traditional games, or if I have to say it in Spanish, because a lot of traditional games of kids.
Okay, yeah, I know. Anyways, okay. Thank you so much. My dear Camila, please go ahead. Where did you used to go on holiday when you were younger?
I used to go to the cinema with my cousins and my uncles.
Okay, thank you so much. My dear Adela, please try to be more descriptive, okay? Are there any foods or drinks that you used to hate when you were young, but that you like now, currently?
Um, it's kind of um, different in the question. When I was a kid, I used to like to drink soda pop a lot of,
Mm-hmm.
but now I don't like it. I'm used to drinking just water.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so one more point here. The difference between the meaning of and how to use used to and would. For example, let's choose a verb like, for example, visit. Okay, that is an action verb, visit. For example, you can say, I used to visit my grandparents every weekend. Or you can say, I would visit my grandparents every weekend. Those are correct, okay? But what is the difference in meaning? With used to, you are more factual, more neutral. But if you use would, it's like you are more nostalgic and descriptive, okay? That is the difference regarding the meaning, okay? So please, with that being said, tell me, is it everything clear about this? Or maybe it's something that you want to know that is not that clear? Let me know, please. If you have any question about this, let me know. No? So is everything clear?
The use of the gold is different. The not the meaning. The the form to be used is different that we use in the future tense. Because in the future is like if I
Yeah,
translate, como
it's
decir yo
different.
hubiera.
Yes, it's different. It's so different. It used to and would are used to talk about past habits and past actions. Okay? But if you use, for example, in the conditionals, that is something different. It's really different. Okay? So would in this case has multiple uses in this case. Okay? That is the difference. I don't know if it is clear now.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So please, let's go back to the book. And tonight we're gonna work on some vocabulary related to clothes. This is a little bit, it is more advanced vocabulary, of course. Instead of using, like for example, B1 vocabulary to describe clothes, we're gonna learn some advanced vocabulary at a bit level, of course. Okay. So please, we have to complete these gaps from sentences 1 to 6 with these words that we have here: baggy, brand new, casual, colorful, scruffy, and unfashionable. Okay? So I need you to help me out, according to the context, to find out what is the word that best fits here in every single gap. Okay? So tell me. Number 1. Charlie bought a great second-hand designer sweatshirt in vintage gear. It looks what? What word do you think it's here? Maybe. Let me know first if there is any word that you don't know what is the meaning.
I don't know what is the meaning of brand new
Brand
and
new, it means
scruffy.
that it's something that is really, really new. Very new. Okay? That is very new. And maybe baggy. Okay, in Spanish we say holgado, right? Flojo. Scruffy means that it's something that is a little bit old and it looks not so well. Is scruffy the meaning? Unfashionable, you know what is the meaning, and all of those, I know you know those ones, okay? So please, number one, what adjective do you think it's here?
Maybe unfashionable.
Unfashionable.
I think
No,
it's scruffy.
scruffy not. Please read it again. Analyze the context of the sentence. Charlie bought a great second-hand designer, right? Sweet shirt in a vintage gear. But in spite of the fact that it is a second-hand cloth, it looks what?
Brand new.
Yes, great. It looks brand new. That is the answer. Perfect. Number two. Haven't you got a more formal jacket? You're asking. That one, it's a little too for the wedding.
Casual.
Yes, it is casual. Okay, so you need something that is more formal. Perfect. Number three. My sister prefers tight-fitting tops and jeans, whereas I like everything to be really
Baggy.
Baggy.
baggy. Perfect. Clothes, number four, are considered trendy and worn by everyone one year, are often what? Into embarrassing to be seen in the next.
Fashionable.
Unfashionable. Yes. Unfashionable. And number five, she wore a plain grey dress to the awards ceremony. We expected to see her in something far more. Do you know what is?
Colorful.
Yes, colorful. Because plain means that it is not so colorful and it's a little bit minimalist. Okay? Number six. As a farmer, I don't have many smart clothes. What is smart clothes, guys? What do you mean by smart clothes?
Useful clothes, maybe.
No, it's really, really formal clothes. Really formal. Okay? Smart clothes. And I spend most of my time in jeans and an old t-shirt. So the answer here is scruffy. Okay, scruffy jeans. Okay, so one by one, as you are three people here, okay, you are three now. I need you to describe these pictures that you have there. You have in their notebook, right? In your student book. But using the adjectives that we learned right now, okay? Adela, please go ahead, you first.
The four pictures.
If you want.
Okay. In the first one, there is a man, letter A, that he is really casual because he is wearing a suit. In the letter B, the guy is wearing a sportive clothes. Maybe it's a little bit baggy for to be more comfortable doing exercise. In
Okay.
the letter C, the girl is wearing a colorful dress, maybe for a Met Gala. And the letter D, um, the girl is wearing casual clothes to be in outdoors.
Okay, perfect. Now you, Camila, please. Try to do it differently.
Okay. And the first picture, maybe the man is using a formal. I don't know how
You
to
can
say, but
say
I think
smart. You can say a smart suit.
smart suit,
Yes, suit.
smart suit, and the second picture maybe
Just one thing.
uh,
The correct pronunciation of this kind of clothes is suit. Suit. Okay.
suit.
Suit, not sweet. Okay. So you know. Okay. Suit.
I don't understand. Can you repeat me again? Sorry.
Okay. Suit is the correct pronunciation. Okay.
Suit.
Suit. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. In the second picture, the man is using maybe second-hand clothes. I don't know.
Yes. Yes. Perfect. Try to
And
focus on the
then
vocabulary that we learn right now. Okay. So please keep going. Sorry.
And in the third picture, she's using smart clothes, also, but a tight-fitting dress.
Great, yes. And the last one?
And the last one, for me, she is using a colorful scarf. That is
Perfect.
beautiful.
Scarf. Great. The same, please. I want to hear from you, my dear Ariel, please.
Okay, so in the picture A, I look at a man with a formal tight-fitting suit.
Great.
In the picture B, I see a man with a baggy, baggy clothes, and it's probably in the winter clothes. In the picture C, I could see a girl with a that is probably using a brand new dress and also a tight fitting dress and very formal.
Okay.
And in the picture D, is a woman using winter clothes that looks looks sorry casual and colorful.
Okay. Casual. You can say casual. That
Casual.
is the correct pronunciation, okay? So you know. Perfect. Nice. Well done. Okay. So let's keep going. The student's book. And now it's time to practice the listening part. This listening task is called, okay, please, because you need to know the format of the exam. This is called the part 3 of the listening section, the multiple matching. Why? Because you are gonna have these statements, these sentences, and you have to decide which one of the speakers is going to mention every single statement. And you have to write in the box, within the box, the letters. For example, if the speaker 1 mentions letter C, you have to write, and so on, okay? But in this case, in this task, there are 3 extra letters that you don't need to use, okay? So I'm gonna play the audio twice, okay? And then at the end, I'm gonna show you what are the right answers, okay? So please, listen very, very closely. Just let me go back to the meeting.
You will hear 5 short extracts in which people are talking about the clothes they wear. For questions 1 to 5, choose from the list, A to H, what each speaker says. Use the letters only once. There are 3 extra letters which you do not need to use. Speaker 1.
It's unusual for me to buy brand new clothes. I get most of what I wear from charity shops. Some people think that anyone who buys things that have already been worn by someone else can't really care much about clothes, but that's not true. You can find some pretty decent stuff in these places, even quite tasteful designer clothes that people, for whatever reason, have decided they don't want anymore. And they only sell clothes that are in good condition, often things that have only ever been worn once or twice. You get to support good causes too, of course, because the money you spend goes to charity.
Speaker 2.
Apparently dressing smartly is supposed to increase your self-confidence, but I've never felt any different in a jacket and tie. And anyway, I'm not the kind of person who spends time worrying about what to put on in the morning. Some people take ages umming and ahhing over what to wear, but I just throw on the first thing I find in my wardrobe and that's it, job done. To be honest, I'd be happy just wearing the same 2 or 3 t-shirts all the time. The trouble is, I only have time to do my washing once a week, so that wouldn't work. I may not be fashionable, but I'm not dirty.
Speaker 3.
I get suspicious when I go into a clothes shop and see that everything is incredibly cheap. If the prices are so low, then how much are the people who made them getting paid? And what are their working conditions like? I only buy from companies that sell ethical clothing made by people who earn a decent salary and work in a safe environment. I usually get that kind of information online. It's easy enough to find. The clothes may not be as cheap and there's not necessarily any more guarantee of quality, but at least I can be confident that no one is being exploited.
Speaker 4.
I spend a lot of money on clothes. I don't really care what they cost. They don't have to be designer clothes, but they do have to make me feel good about myself. I like to know that I can get something out of the wardrobe and any feelings of insecurity I have will just disappear as soon as I put it on. Then when I get to work and someone says, "Hey, that shirt really suits you," it gives me a big lift. And I never wear the same thing more than once in the same month. My colleagues have got used to seeing me in something different every day.
Speaker 5.
If I want to go out and get a new t-shirt, for example, then I always have to get rid of an old one first. And I only do that when I can't justify hanging on to it anymore. Either because it's so scruffy I'm too embarrassed to wear it, or it's literally falling apart at the seams. That's why none of my clothes ever end up in a second-hand shop. I replace them precisely because they're no use to anyone, not just me. I've been doing this for some time now, and I've noticed that clothes used to last a lot longer. The quality's got gradually worse, and I have to replace things far more often than before.
You will hear 5 short extracts in which people are talking about the clothes they wear. For questions 1 to 5, choose from the list, A to H, what each speaker says. Use the letters only once. There are 3 extra letters which you do not need to use. Speaker 1.
It's unusual for me to buy brand new clothes. I get most of what I wear from charity shops. Some people think that anyone who buys things that have already been worn by someone else can't really care much about clothes, but that's not true. You can find some pretty decent stuff in these places, even quite tasteful designer clothes that people, for whatever reason, have decided they don't want anymore. And they only sell clothes that are in good condition, often things that have only ever been worn once or twice. You get to support good causes too, of course, because the money you spend goes to charity.
Speaker 2.
Apparently dressing smartly is supposed to increase your self-confidence, but I've never felt any different in a jacket and tie. And anyway, I'm not the kind of person who spends time worrying about what to put on in the morning. Some people take ages umming and ahhing over what to wear, but I just throw on the first thing I find in my wardrobe and that's it, job done. To be honest, I'd be happy just wearing the same 2 or 3 t-shirts all the time. The trouble is, I only have time to do my washing once a week, so that wouldn't work. I may not be fashionable, but I'm not dirty.
Speaker 3.
I get suspicious when I go into a clothes shop and see that everything is incredibly cheap. If the prices are so low, then how much are the people who made them getting paid? And what are their working conditions like? I only buy from companies that sell ethical clothing made by people who earn a decent salary and work in a safe environment. I usually get that kind of information online. It's easy enough to find. The clothes may not be as cheap, and there's not necessarily any more guarantee of quality, but at least I can be confident that no one is being exploited.
Speaker 4.
I spend a lot of money on clothes. I don't really care what they cost. They don't have to be designer clothes, but they do have to make me feel good about myself. I like to know that I can get something out of the wardrobe and any feelings of insecurity I have will just disappear as soon as I put it on. Then when I get to work and someone says, "Hey, that shirt really suits you," it gives me a big lift. And I never wear the same thing more than once in the same month. My colleagues have got used to seeing me in something different every day.
Speaker 5.
If I want to go out and get a new t-shirt, for example, then I always have to get rid of an old one first. And I only do that when I can't justify hanging on to it anymore. Either because it's so scruffy I'm too embarrassed to wear it, or it's literally falling apart at the seams. That's why none of my clothes ever end up in a second-hand shop. I replace them precisely because they're no use to anyone, not just me. I've been doing this for some time now, and I've noticed that clothes used to last a lot longer. The quality's got gradually worse, and I have to replace things far more often than before.
You will...
Okay, dear students, I'm gonna show you what are the right answers for each one, okay? Speaker 1, letter E, okay? Speaker 2, letter B. Speaker 3, letter D. speaker 4 letter H and speaker 5 letter F. Okay? So please tell me, each one of you, how many right answers did you get out of 5?
Five correct.
All of them? Really? Perfect.
Me too.
Only 2. Okay.
Oh, me too. 5.
Ah, okay. 2, okay. And what about you, my dear Adela, please? Tell me. Let me know.
I got 5, but with a doubt in the second one. I was doubting about A or B, so I write it both. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, you have to be careful with this. As you know, you will not hear exactly the same words of those there are in the sentences, in every single sentence, and that is why you have to consider at least one alternative way of expressing the general idea. Okay? And each recording is going to be like, is going to have at least one distractor, maybe a keyword or an expression, and it can lead you to choose the wrong answer. Okay, and that is why you have to pay close attention both times that you are going to hear the recording. Okay, so let's keep going. Now we're gonna learn some expressions with the verb get, and as you know, this is the most usable verb. We have some expressions that are involved here in bold from 1 to 6, and there you are, some expressions: arrive at, become, buy, have the opportunity to, obtain, and remove from. Okay, according to the context for each sentence, I need you to tell me what could be maybe the precise meaning, the accurate meaning of every single expression here. For instance, number 1, I get most of what I wear from charity shops. What do you think is the meaning? Arrive at, in this case, become, buy, have the opportunity to, obtain, or remove from.
Buy.
Yes, to buy. In this case, get most of what I wear is to buy. Number 2, you get to support good causes. You get to support good causes. What do you think is the meaning here? You get to support something. We have a
Have the opportunity to.
Yes, have the opportunity to. Okay. Number 3, I get suspicious when I see that everything on sale is incredibly cheap. I get suspicious. What do you think is the meaning?
Become.
To become. Perfect. Get suspicious. Number 4, I usually get that kind of information online. This one is
Obtain.
obtain. Perfect. Number 5, I can get something out of the wardrobe in any feelings of insecurity will just disappear. What is the meaning here?
Remove from.
Yes, remove from. Okay. In number 6, I get to work. It means arrive at somewhere. Okay. Those are the expressions with get. Now, we have some phrasal verbs with get as well, and expressions with get. There is an example at the beginning. You have to choose what is the correct answer, the correct choice, as you can see here. For instance, have you ever heard about this phrasal verb that is get rid of something? Get rid of. Do you know what is the meaning of get rid of? Can you realize the meaning according to this context in this sentence? When you are going to get rid of it. That jumper looks so scruffy. When are you going to get rid of it? What do you think is the meaning of get rid of? No? Don't you know? Let me know, please. Say yes, say no. Or have you ever heard about get
I
rid
don't know.
of?
I never heard that.
Okay. The phrasal verb get rid of means deshacerse de. Okay? Get rid of. Get rid of. Number 1, now you know. Here is my phone number in case you need to get in talk, get in speak, get in touch, or get in touch with me. What is the collocation here?
Get in touch.
Get in touch, perfect. Number two, he was a lovely man and a pity you never got the way, got the event, or got the ability, or got a chance to meet him. What do you think is the correct choice? Get a chance.
Got the way.
Get a
Uh-huh.
chance. Tener la oportunidad de, okay? Get a chance to meet him, of course. Number three. I asked Emma how much she got paid, she got earned, she got money, she got salary, but she refused to tell me.
Paid.
Yes, she got paid. Perfect. Number four. Come on, hurry up and get move, get ready, get order, or get fit. Your bus leaves in 5 minutes.
Ready?
Get ready. Yes, get ready. Number five. Both parents are concerned about his behavior. He's always getting into problem, getting into trouble, getting into punishment, or getting into damage at school.
Trouble.
Yes, getting into trouble. Get in trouble. Okay? Number six. Amy was upset when her sister moved out, but she got out, she got off, she got by, or she got over it eventually.
Get over.
Get over. Perfect. Get over. Because he was upset. Number seven. I can't speak French, but I always manage to get across, to get through, to get by, or maybe to get over with a dictionary and gestures, and a few gestures. In this case, the correct answer is get by. Get by. Okay? Which means to manage to do something, okay? Get by. In number eight, we got stuck, we got held, we got kept, we got held up in traffic jam and missed the beginning of the concert. So the answer is
Get stuck.
got stuck, perfect. Got stuck in the traffic jam. My dear Camila, please tell me, how quickly do you get ready for school or work in the morning? Try to be
It
more
takes me a lot of
descriptive.
time.
It takes you a lot of time.
Yeah, maybe 2 hours.
Okay, so 2
Yeah,
hours.
hours.
All right, great, interesting. And what do you do? What kind of activities do you
Um,
do in order to get ready for to
well,
go
when
to work?
I went to when I will go to school,
Okay,
uh, I don't have to decide what I use because I use the uniform.
all right,
But when I go to no, when I go to work to other parts, I have to decide what I'm use.
what
So
are you gonna
I'm.
wear? Okay,
It take me a lot of time to decide what I
okay,
use for the
you
day.
take too long in order to get ready. Just
Yes,
2 hours.
also maybe do my makeup.
Oh yeah, I
And,
guess, I guess. So you always look for looking beautiful, I guess, right?
yes,
Okay,
this is the object.
all right, that is the aim. Perfect. My dear Ariel, please, how do you get to work or school? Maybe in your case, I guess work. And how long does it take you to get there?
Okay. How do you
How do you
Hmm,
get to work?
I'm
How?
trying to use the phrases we get.
Oh yeah.
Um, okay. Well, I got a taxi. I got by taxi or by bus.
All right.
Um, it took me about 20 or 30 minutes. It depends about the traffic. But if I lost my time, No, ya dije que
Okay,
I couldn't get over to game to arrive at time.
great, perfect. Thank you so much. My dear Adela, please tell me, when you were a child, yeah, did you often get into trouble at school? And what was the worst thing that you ever did?
Well, in my case, I used to be a shy kid, so I didn't get into a trouble
So you were
any
not
other.
talkative at all.
Yeah, I was, and until today, I am really a calm people. I just
Really?
do my things and nothing else. I think that
So
I'm not good
so
in that kind of
you
situation.
prefer loneliness, right?
Yes,
I guess.
I rather
Okay.
to be in the calm activities.
Yeah. Thank you so much, my dear. My dear Camila, one more time. Have you ever got rid of all your childhood toys or books, maybe? And tell me, what is the reason or why not?
I'm not got rid of my childhood toys because I think they have a important meaning for me. So nostalgic.
Okay,
Mm,
just you can say, I have never got rid of them, for
I
instance. I
have
have
never
never
got
got rid
rid
of.
of.
Okay, that is the correct answer. Thank you so much. And finally, my dear Ariel, please, what sort of things or what kind of things do you do when you get angry, and how quickly do you get over your anger?
I usually get over too fast. uh, I'm not the kind of person that mm, get out of control when
Okay,
I am upset.
yeah, I got it. hmm And what kind of things do you do when you get angry? You
I
start
used
arguing
to
with with other people. You start screaming out loud. What do you do?
I used to read a lot. No more.
Okay, so you take a deep breath and nothing happens.
Yes,
Okay,
just second.
perfect. Thank you so much. Now let's go over the writing part. Tonight we're gonna learn how to write an informal letter for the writing tasks. Okay, the writing section. Have you ever written an informal letter or an email, maybe, or not? Any of you? Never ever?
Yes,
Have you ever heard? You know what is the structure of an informal letter or an email? Because an informal letter and an email are the same, are exactly the same. Just it's going to be different in the vocabulary, but exactly the same. So please, let's go to the Google Drive folder that I provide you with. Okay, within you can find a document that is labeled by the name Beta Forest the Ultimate Writing Guide. Okay, we're gonna open up this. It looks like this: Cambridge English First, FCE, the writing guide. We have the structure of an essay, an article, reviews, reports, and emails, as well as for the structure and some model answers, of course. Okay, let's jump right to the page number 31. 31. Okay, the writing part 2, letters and emails. Okay, so what is the purpose first of a letter or an email? The purpose here is to will depend of course on the task, every single task. Some tasks ask you to provide your friend with some important information, while others will ask you to apply for a job, to complain about a service, something that you want to, or ask for information. Okay, the language style depends entirely on the type of the task, but in general, in an overview, you have to use an informal style only. For example, if you are writing for a letter of application, you have to use kind of formal email. Okay, kind of formal email, or maybe a complaint or a letter of inquiry. What is the structure of a letter or an email? All the letters in all the emails should have the similar structure. You need an opening and closing formula. It's very short, it's very quickly. An introductory and closing paragraph in a body paragraph consisting of as many paragraphs as ideas you are asked to discuss about. Okay? I'm gonna show you a model answer. For example, in the task you will find this. An English friend of yours is visiting your city next summer. You have to write to him and tell him about the places he should visit and the clothes he should wear. You must also offer him to stay with you during this stay. Okay? For instance, you have there. This is a sample answer, a model answer. You have to start by the name. Dear Jack, dear David, whatever. Okay? It's great to hear from you after so long. How are you doing? How do you do? How's it going? I am so excited about your visit next summer. Let me give you some tips so you can get ready. Okay, this is the opening formula. Just like this, 2 lines, no more than that. Because in the model, in this task, you only are allowed to write between 140 and 190 words, no more than that. Okay, then we have the first body paragraph. You can start with a connector that is so important. First of all, right, and remember, after a connector always you have to use a comma there. There are some places which you can miss. For instance, or for example, here in Granada, you should totally visit the Alhambra, an ancient Muslim palace. It was nominated to become one of the new 7 wonders of the world. Also, don't forget to check out St. Nicholas Viewpoint. You will have the best views of this place and the whole city. Okay, then we have the second paragraph, the second body paragraph, because in this case you have to discuss about only 2 ideas. As for clothes, remember that it can get super hot in Granada, especially for foreigners, so forget about long sleeves and trousers and just pack some shorts and t-shirts and sandals. Oh, and remember to bring a cap too. In this way is which you have to perform this task. And then the closing formula. You have to conclude the paragraph just like this. By the way, do you have a place to stay? If you want, I could put you up in my place and have a spare room, and it would be great to have you here. Anyway, I must dash now. Drop me a line soon and let me know what you think. Best wishes, Carlos. Okay, it's just like this. It is not that difficult. There you will find another model answer, but in this case it's a letter of application. It's exactly like this. Okay, this is very quickly, only 2 or 3 paragraphs, body paragraphs, just like that, no more than that. Okay, so let's go back to the student's book, and you have a task here. You have received a letter from your English speaking friend Paula. Okay, this is her email. As you know, this is my last year at school, and I can make up my mind on what to do when I leave. My parents want me to go to university, but I would really like to work as an ski instructor. What do you think I should do? Thanks, Paula. Okay, Paula is asking you for some advice. What you have to do is to write a reply for her, okay, by using, as I told you, between 140 and 190 words. Okay, this is going to be your homework. Okay, as a homework you have to write the letter, this reply of this task, and then you have to send me through the WhatsApp chat, of course. And on the next lesson I'm gonna give you some feedback on every single task of yours. Okay, so don't forget. Now let's jump right into the next part, that is the speaking part. And in this case we have model answer. This is a reply. You can base your task on this, and what you have to do is to help me out, fill in the gaps with these connectors that we have here. We have anyway as well, but, either, on the other hand, and so. Alright, so please let's go ahead. I need you to help me out reading, please. Adela, please, the first paragraph. It was great.
It was great to hear from you. You've certainly got a difficult choice to make. I know how much you love skiing, and I'm sure you'd be a brilliant teacher.
Number one, maybe you should think more carefully about your future. What connector of these ones that are here below do you think best fits here? Anyway, as well, but either on the other hand or so.
But
That maybe you should think more carefully. Okay, it could be bad. It can fit. Great. Number two, paragraph number two, please. Help me out reading, my dear Camila, please. Go ahead.
the good thing about being a ski instructor is that you could have an exciting lifestyle, working in different countries, meeting lots of interesting people, and doing something you really enjoy. The trouble is, though, it's
Though.
not very well. Pro-
Okay, the correct pronunciation of this is though.
uh,
Though.
though,
Though.
though,
Like the letter though. The. Though.
though, it's
Like
not
even.
very well paid work, and the career prospects are not fantastic.
Not fantastic. Number two, you might still be in the same job in 20 years' time. What connector do you think is here? We have either, on the other hand, so, as well, or anyway.
So,
So. I don't think so. Not fantastic. So you might still win. Any other idea, maybe?
As well,
As well, right? It could be as well. Yeah. Number three. We have at the beginning we need to use a connector, and there is a comma there. If you go to university, you will have more chance of getting a decent job later.
on the other hand,
On the other hand, yes. It is very common to use on the other hand at the very beginning of a paragraph. Yes. In number four, we have write up this. It will be great, fun, what? Especially if you choose a university in a different town and live away from home. We have especially if you choose university. It could be anyway or maybe either. What do you think?
anyway,
Anyway, especially, it doesn't sound well. I don't think it could
either?
be. Either it could be right, either especially, or maybe so. Okay? At the end, we're gonna find out this. Number five, we have another connector at the very beginning. If I were you, I would do what your parents suggest and study for a degree.
anyway, and
Anyway, it could be right anyway. Anyway, if I were you, yes, it could be best here. This one. We continue. You could always work in a ski resort in the holidays. Students get really long breaks. Number six, another one. I think in this case it could be so. So, good luck and let me know if what you decide. Looking forward to hearing from you. Yes, right? So let's find out. Let me show you what are the right answers here. Number one, it was but. Number two, it was either. Either you might be still in the same job or not one. Okay. Number three, on the other hand. Number four, as well. Number five, so. And number six, anyway. Alright. Perfect. Okay, so please don't forget to do your homework, okay? You have to write your letter of, in this case, to Paula. It's a reply. One more time. We're gonna practice the listening task again, but in this case, this is called the part one, the multiple choice.
I need something to help me relax. Well, yeah, I did think about yoga, but the class is on Friday and I play squash then. And then I saw they do Pilates on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which would be ideal for me. Yeah, I know you did. And actually, I was wondering if you could tell me what it was like, what sort of things you did. I had a quick look online, but it's always better to talk to someone with first-hand experience.
3. You hear a woman talking about her family's financial situation.
We just about get by, but it's a bit of a struggle. I can only get part-time work, and Frank lost his job at the furniture factory last August. He's sent off loads of applications, but no luck so far. My mum and dad could probably help out, but somehow it doesn't seem right borrowing from them. They've been saving all their lives, and I want them to enjoy their money now they're retired. There's nothing for it but to put my car on the market and see if I can get a decent price for it. The kids will just have to get the bus in the morning.
4. You hear a man talking about his job.
I don't get to wear a uniform, with a cap and all like they do at some of the other hotels, but I do wear a suit. A decent one, tailor-made, not just any old suit. Inside at the front desk, they reckon I look smarter than the boss. I'm not so sure about that, but I do like to look good for the guests. I'm the first person they see before they go into the hotel. And I've got this long black overcoat as well. It can get pretty cold standing outside on the steps in winter, I can tell you.
5. You hear two people talking about the value of their time spent living abroad.
I've gained so much from these 2 years living abroad.
Yeah, me too. I reckon we'll have no trouble finding work when we get back home.
I'm not sure that's true. But anyway, I was thinking more about the benefits to me as a person. I've become much more tolerant since I've been here, more willing to accept difference.
That's what I mean. We've grown as individuals. We're more open-minded and independent, so that makes us more employable.
Well, I admire your optimism. I just know that I'll miss being here.
It's all right, but the whole thing has made me value life at home more.
6. You hear a man talking on the radio.
The world today is faster and more dynamic than when our great-grandparents were alive. But as a result, life is often more stressful and unhealthy. Self-help gurus offer people the hope of finding a solution to their problems, improving their health and well-being, and generally making their lives better. The author of Back to Basics says his guide will help you achieve all these things in a matter of weeks. He's lying. The only thing it's good for is sending you to sleep, and you'd be wasting your money if you bought it, and your time if you read it.
7. You hear two people talking about the village they both live in.
Are you enjoying it here in the village?
Yes, I am. I think I know nearly everyone now. When I came here last year, everyone went out of their way to introduce themselves and make me feel welcome.
That's good. So you feel comfortable here then?
Yes, I do. And the children have settled in well too. I just get a bit nervous about the traffic sometimes.
What, on the main road?
Yes, and a couple of other spots as well. There are certain places I won't let the children go without me. Some drivers just don't slow down for them.
8. You hear a man talking about a country in which he once lived.
On my travels, I've had to get used to eating all kinds of strange dishes, so I was prepared for their rather unusual cuisine. If I was offered something I knew I wouldn't like, I used to cover it in lemon and salt to hide the taste. And it's a hot country, so the slow pace of life and relaxed approach to work were only to be expected. What I hadn't anticipated was their way of dressing. I'm not used to being with people who take so much care over what they wear, and I felt quite scruffy by comparison. Colour, style, fashion, it all mattered to them. I had no idea before I went.
Alright, so right now I'm going to show you what are the right answers, okay? Number 1, letter C, please. Number 1, letter C. Number 2, letter B. Number 3, letter B. Number 4, letter C as well. Number 5, letter A. Number 6, letter A as well. Number 7, letter B. And number 8, letter A. Okay? So how many right answers did you get out of 5? Out of 8 in this case?
6.
6, great. You're really good at listening.
6.
6, great. Most of them. What about you, my dear Adela, please? Let me know.
I got 5.
5, okay? Most of them, perfect. You're really good at listening. Now let's go over be used to. This is kind of different than used to and would, okay? Be used to, get used to, and used to. Okay, let's make a reminder because you knew this. What is the meaning of be used to? What is the difference, sorry, between be used to, get used to, and used to? Who can tell me?
Well, what I remember about that is be used to is when we talked about the things we do with ability, you know. Get used to is when an activity is not already known, so we are learning to do the activity, and used to something that we did in the past. That's what I remember.
Okay, as you can see here, letter A, okay, in here, mean accustomed to, in which one refer to the past habitual behavior. What is the one that means accustomed to? That you are accustomed to something. Be used to, okay, be used to, that you are accustomed. For example, you can say, I am used to swimming. It means that you are accustomed to swimming, okay? That you are already accustomed to swimming, okay? But we used to, as you know, to refer to a past habitual behavior. What we were going over at the very beginning of the lesson. And what about get used to? Get used to means that you are in the process of getting accustomed to something, okay? That is the difference. For example, you can say, I am getting used to my new job. I'm finding it really hard. Okay, I am getting it. I am getting used to it. It means that you are in the process of getting used to it. For instance, on my travels, I have had to get used to eating. Okay, it means that you were in the process of getting used to all kind of strange dishes. Number 2, if I was offered something I knew, I wouldn't like I used to cover it in lemon and salt to hide the taste. It refers to a past habitual behavior. And what about this one? I am not used to being with people who take so much care over what they wear. It means that you are not already used to. And the structure here is like this. When you use the verb be, it's actually be used to, the verb to be. With used to, the verbs always go with ing form. Okay, ing form, the gerund. As well for get used to, with the gerund, always. Unlike used to, that we can use the infinitive of the verbs, okay? So now, tell me, what is the difference in your own words between get used to and be used to? Who can tell me? Who wants to try? Who wants to give it a go? Camila, please, let me know. What's the difference between get used to and be used to in your own words?
So yeah, what I understand is get used to refer to past habitual behavior.
No.
I'm confused in that.
Okay. If you say, for instance, get used to, for instance, I was telling you, I am getting used to my new job. It means that you are in the process of getting accustomed to something. Okay? estar en el proceso de acostumbrarse a algo. Get used to. But if you say, for instance, I am used to my new job, it means that you are already accustomed to your new job. Okay? That is the difference. Now you know, don't forget. Okay? And used to, just like that, used to, it means it refers to a past habitual behavior. Used to, but isolated. Be used to and get used to are different. Okay? So, tell me please things. We're gonna talk about things that you have get used to in the following situations. Okay? If you have or you haven't. Have you got used to start your first job? Who can tell me? Okay, please, Ariel, please. Your first job.
Okay, in my first job, I got used to. Uso en el pasado.
Yes,
Got used
yes, I
to.
got
Okay,
used to. Perfect. I got used to in the past.
I got used um, to prepare myself to complete all the information of my newborns. So it was very difficult, but in 1 month, I I was too
Yes.
I was used to complete it, the information very quickly.
Great. Perfect, my dear Ariel. Thank you so much. Nice. Astonishing. Okay, let me know, please, my dear Camila, please. If you were a famous person, what do you think are the things that you have to get used to? In an imaginary situation, if you were a famous person.
Um, Maybe I get used
I have to get
to
used to. I have to get
and
used to.
I
For
have
instance, you
I
can
have
say, I have to get used to
I have to get
paparazzi,
used
right?
to endure the bad comments.
Great. Good comments. I have to get used to exposure on social media, of course, as well. What else?
Also, mm,
If you were a famous person, like a singer or an actress,
manage my money.
yes, you have to get used to
I have to use.
managing your money or handling your money, of course. Yeah. Okay. Please, my dear Adela, please tell me if you were going on a diet, a healthy diet, of course. What do you think are the things that you have to get used to?
Well, maybe I might have to get used to eating healthier.
Yes.
Also, getting used to drinking more water
Great.
and either less fast food or junk food.
Yes. Eating less fat. Yes, perfect. Okay. One more time. Another round. Ariel, please. If you get married, what do you think are the activities that you have to get used to?
Okay, mm, I am used to cooking some to different home activities, but I think that I get used to control more the money, the
Yes.
the,
To
the money.
control your expenses. Okay, your
Eh,
expenses. Yes, to control your expenses. What else? If you were married. For instance, you can
mm,
say if I was married, right? I have or I might have to get used to the noise of your children, right?
okay.
Yes, for
if
example,
I
when you
if I
have
get
babies.
married, I'm not sure if I'm ready to get children, so I get used to learn about. I don't know how to say crianza.
the growing up.
The growing up, sorry,
Yes.
about the kids and the correct way to teach them a lot of things of the real
Great.
life.
Yes, for sure. Great. Thank you so much. Please, Camilo, go ahead one more time. If you have children, if you have children, what do you think are the activities that you have to get used to?
If I have a children, if I have children, I have children.
Yes.
I have to get used to educate
To
them,
educate on them.
educate them,
Educating them. Remember that whenever you use get used to or get
educated.
used to, you have to use ing form. Educating them. Okay.
Educated. Also, if I have children, I have to get used to care,
To
care,
taking care of them.
to taking care of them.
Right. Perfect. What else do you think?
And also support,
To
support,
supporting them.
supporting them.
Supporting them. Maybe as well. It could be, for instance, I have to get used to taking less time to cook, for instance, because you have other activities when you have children, right? Thank you so much. And the last one, my dear Adela, please. If you had to move to another country, what do you think are the activities or the things that you have to get used to?
Well, I have to get used to the people first of all,
All right.
and I have to get used
To a new culture as well,
yes,
and
learning a new
lifestyle.
culture, maybe just getting used to um, uh, learning the schedules of the
Yes,
neighborhood
the
because
fixed
like
schedules. You have to
yeah,
get used to a really different lifestyle. Yeah,
yeah.
great.
Mhm.
Okay, and let's finish this lesson by. I'm gonna finish this lesson by asking you this question, my dear guys. What do you think are the key ingredients for a long life? One by one, tell me, please. You start first, Ariel, please. What do you think are the
And
key
could you repeat it?
ingredients?
I didn't see the
Okay,
question.
what do you think, according to you, are the key ingredients for a long life?
I think well, now it's only that I something that I think it's something that is scientific evidence.
It's proof, right? It's scientifically proof.
Talking about a triangle of health that is good exercise,
Yes.
uh, good food, and good sleep.
A healthy diet, you have to sleep enough time, and you have to do exercise regularly. Great. According to you, my dear Camila, what do you think is the secret for a long life?
I think the same that Ariel said, but I think this could group in healthy habits.
Yes.
But also maybe we have to team, tomar en cuenta,
Yes, to take into account or to
to
keep in
take
mind.
into
It is
account
to
the
take into
environment,
account or to keep in mind, right? Any of those.
environment like social,
Social interaction.
yeah,
That.
also social interaction.
Okay. And finally, you please, my dear Adela, please go ahead. And with this, we are gonna finish this lesson, okay? So please tell me, what do you think are
Okay,
the key
well,
ingredients for a long life?
okay. In my opinion, the key ingredients for a long life must be a healthy life, like well sleep, the correct hours to relax and rest our bodies. Take time to spend in the nature, because most of the time we spend our times in our devices, and we don't have time to just be in silence or walking to relaxing and take the sunlight that helps us to help us to give vitamins to our bodies, and also a healthy diet. That's
That
something
is
that
essential,
is
right?
important.
Great, perfect. Thank you so much, my dear students, for being here actively participating tonight. And perhaps is there any question about today's lesson? Something that it was not
I
so clear, something that you need to know? No?
I have a question. And when we use these expressions in the future, for example, get used to, we could say, for example, if I get a job, I will get used to learn a new program. For example,
Yes,
it's
I will
correct in
get
that
used
way.
to. I will get used to. Or
Okay.
for example, if you use with be, with the verb be, you can say I will be used to.
Okay, but the structure of the grammar never changed. It's the same
It's the
always.
same. It's exactly the
Okay.
same. Yes, perfect. That is okay.
Okay.
So please just let me take today's attendance screenshots just for a while. Okay, thank you so much. So please don't forget to send your letters, okay, through the WhatsApp chat, and I'll see you the next Tuesday, right? Yes, because due to the national holiday, we don't have lessons on this coming Thursday, okay? So I hope you have a nice holiday, make the most of the time, enjoy it to the fullest, and I'll see you the next lesson. Bye bye, my dear students. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. See you next.